Welcome to a new week of learning, boys and girls. So today we're going to talk about the different types of angles. There are three different types of angles that we're going to focus on right now. The first is going to be acute. Acute angles, one way that we like to think about this is they're cute little angles. They're going to be really, really small. A few different ways that they can be represented is like this. And then sometimes as well, they can be facing the other way. The biggest thing with acute angles is that they are going to be less than 90 degrees. So they can be anywhere between 1 degree and 89 degrees. Anywhere within that range, they are going to be considered acute angles. The next type of angle that we're going to focus on is going to be a right angle. And a right angle is only going to be 1 degree. They are always going to be 90 degrees. So they're going to be straight up and down, straight across. And then a lot of times they're going to have a box or a square in the middle of their angle versus just having kind of like a half circle, a semicircle. That's going to be representing of a right angle if there's ever a box or a square there. Also, sometimes if it's straight up and down, sometimes there won't be anything there and it can still be a right angle. But the biggest thing is it's always going to be 90 degrees. It's going to be straight up, straight across. It can be turned, flipped, anything like that. But as long as it's straight up and straight across, it's always going to be right. The last type of angle that we're going to focus on is obtuse. And those angles are going to be the biggest angles that we talk about. They are going to look like this. They're going to be really, really big, really, really wide. And these are going to be greater than 90 degrees. Now, one of the things that I do want to point out though, there's going to be one other angle that we look at. So they are going to be greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. So they can be anywhere within the range of 91 degrees to 179 degrees. And they're always going to be some of the bigger angles that we look at. The last type of angle that we're going to focus on is a straight angle. Now, a straight angle kind of has another name to it as well, and that could be a line. So a straight angle is exactly what it talks about. It's going to go from one side to the other. We're going to draw a little vertex in the middle. Vertex is just where the two rays come together, the two lines come together to form that angle. So we're going to draw a vertex just to represent that this is straight. And a straight angle is always going to be 180 degrees. Okay, so again, we have our acute, which are the smaller ones, right, which are always 90 degrees, obtuse are some of the bigger ones, and then straight looks just like a line. Okay, and if we need to make that note as well, you're more than welcome to, just to know that it goes straight across. And again, just like any of the other angles, they can be turned, rotated, as long as they fall within these guidelines, their names are never going to change. For today's assignment, boys and girls, you have a worksheet. It says eager to stake a claim. So you're going to be matching up what you see over here, what types of angles you see, and then shading in the nugget that matches that type of angle. So thinking back to what we just talked about, we'll go over a few of these together. So number one, it's one of those bigger angles. It's not completely straight, so it's not going to be a straight angle. It's not little, so it's not going to be acute. It is also not straight up and straight across. It also does not have that box in the middle. So we are going to say that this is an obtuse angle because again, it's one of those bigger ones. So we're going to slightly shade in our obtuse nugget. Looking at number two, it does have that box. So automatically seeing that box, it's going straight up and straight across. We can say that it is a right angle. So we're going to shade that in. All right, boys and girls, go ahead and finish up this worksheet. Also, there is a clue on the side for you to fill in. A little bonus down here for a tape diagram as well. to compare acute and obtuse angles if you'd like to do this. There is also an additional worksheet for extra practice. If you would like to do that one, that's great. Let me know when you're done so we can talk about your answers.